Our next guest is a terrific actress who stars in Kevin Costner's supersized Western Horizon, An American Saga.
Come here! Get him out of here! Nat! Go!
Come on. There you go, Mom. Okay, Nat. Come, Nat. It's all right. We're gonna be with Dad.
No, Dad, no! Dad, no!
Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 1 opens in theaters Friday, and Chapter 2 is out on August 16th. Please welcome Sienna Miller.
Hoping for a doll face from Steve.
A doll face.
I was hoping
That looks
for
like
that.
a great
I didn't
movie.
get it.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Hey, lovely to meet you.
It's funny that you say lovely to meet. We've met. We've both met.
Good. Good one.
No,
Good start, huh?
Yeah.
don't you love it? I met you as well. I had this, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Before
Of course I remember.
No, you
It was
don't.
at the Emmy luncheon.
No. I met
Good
you
guess,
both.
though.
I had this horrible experience. Do you remember Dimitri at the Sunset Tower?
Oh, yeah.
Dimitri, the sweetest man, the greatest
Yes.
man in the world, who I think it's a really fancy place. And I think he had a tactic I learned afterwards of thinking there's a somewhat famous person and two very famous people, and I want them to meet. So he came up to me and he said, Marty Short and Steve Martin want to meet you. And I died 1,000 deaths, obviously, you know, icons. So I come up to your table and I'm beside myself and I say, hi. And I stand there and you're both like, hi.
Well,
And
we were on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, you know.
date us, interrupt us.
No, Dimitri
He did that to me with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Did he?
Took me over to meet
No,
Benedict
it's
Cumberbatch.
horrifying. I mean,
No,
I
no,
love
no,
it because
Dimitri
it must
does
have
this.
worked.
Mr. Short, have you not met Leo DiCaprio? You know.
Yeah, no,
He's
he's
a
dying
legend.
to meet you, dying
He's
to meet
dying
you.
to meet you. He's
Yeah.
such a fan.
Yes, huge fan, huge fan. Such a fan. And you were both like, who are you?
Yeah.
You crazy person. And then,
But has he ever sent someone over to you?
yeah, then I saw a few years later, poor Lionel Richie coming up to my table, looking, you know, happy, which was exciting, but I was the same. I was mid-pasta and then I got it. He'd been Dimitri'd and it was lovely.
Hey, how did you meet? It was so hilarious. You and Curb Your Enthusiasm this
Oh
season.
my God.
And, you know, Larry, we know. Oh,
We
so.
know. Come
oh,
on,
God.
come
Hey,
on.
what? Shut up.
Pretty good.
We know Larry well.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was the most random thing. I was at the Vanity Fair party. All of my stories sound shishi. I also slum it, but I was at the Vanity Fair
Yeah, I
party.
haven't heard any slumming
Yeah,
so
I was
far,
at the
yeah.
Sunset Tower, and then I was at the Vanity Fair.
Do you ever go any place that's not fancy?
Never,
Yeah.
never. I'm here, and I am. No, so I was at the Vanity Fair party, and granted, I'd been to the dinner thing before and had a few martinis. I'm going to put it mildly. So and then there was Larry David. I'm a huge fan of the show. I saw him by the bar. My boyfriend and I ran up, and I was like, I love you. I love you. I think you're the most fantastic, incredibly effusive. And he was just taking it in. And I think I'm very over the top. And then a couple months later, I get this call. Will you come and do Curb? And you're in love with me in this.
Yes, of course. Of course, he
So I
felt
was
you were
like-
flirting with him.
I think I saw the cogs turning. He was looking at me and he was like, what if in a parallel universe? Yeah, and I had the
And
best
it was
time.
hilarious because the premise was you go on a date.
Yeah.
He doesn't think your acting is perfect in a film set he visits and suggests...
No, I'm only good at acting. He notices when I'm eating fruit. It's the most random. I was like, okay. And also, as you know, because you've done the show, there's no script. And
There's no script.
I do really sad films, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it. All I want to do is go to work and laugh. Anyway, this premise came up. You're only good at acting when you're eating fruit, which was ridiculous and hysterical. And yeah. And
But you
so
want to do more comedy. Comedy is more fun,
It's so
isn't it?
much fun. I just didn't realise it.
I'm just seeing that scene.
Yeah.
I always think if you do a comedy, it cuts to you and you have to go, well, I don't even know. But if you do drama, you go, and you get an award.
So you're saying comedy is hard.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
So this Costner film is not just an epic. It's
Yes.
Gone with the Wind × 4, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I think he
tell
has
us a
number
little bit
5 in
about
his
it.
head. Well, I get this call from Kevin Costner, which is exciting enough because I'm a child of the 90s, and he says, you know, I'm doing these projects. I get 4 scripts on my desk. The desk breaks. They're incredibly big and dense and heavy. And we have this chat, and I'm so excited because it's Kevin Costner. He's a legend. And at the end of it, he says, Sienna, I have one question for you. And I said, yes, Kevin. He says, will you go west with me? And I was like, yes. I was like, woo! I would go
you
to
go
Mars
west with me?
and back.
At least it wasn't south.
Yeah.
Wow. You're working blue in
Oh
front
my
of
God.
Yes, you
We're all in blue.
It's
that's true.
You got the memo. Anyway, it's an incredible epic. He's obsessed with that time in history. What is the origin of the America that we know today?
It's a Civil War.
It's set during the Civil War, but it's not very Civil War-y. It's more frontier.
It's about the frontier, the development of the frontier.
Thank you,
right.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there are 2 parts, but there are going to be 4 parts.
So we've shot 2 of them, and he has 3 and 4. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, Sienna Miller, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 1 opens in theaters Friday, and Chapters 2 is out on August 16th. We'll be right back with Imagine If.